Welcome back, everybody. We've got offensive coordinator and offensive line coach Mike Bloesch here ahead of Cal's home game at California Memorial Stadium against Syracuse. We'll go ahead and get started with Jeff Rado from Cal Bears on SI. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, good morning, Mike.
Morning.
Hey, I have a question about Jaden Ott and just the fact that he continues to have, it looks like he has trouble finding an opening in the interior when he's running the ball. How much is that offensive line still not doing exactly what you want with the run game, and how much of it is Jaden's just not completely himself still?
I just think it's consistency across the board, up front with the running backs. I mean, there's been so many moving parts with the offensive line and the running back room this season. I think it's fair to say we haven't hit our stride. And, that's the challenge here to finish out the season is really getting a mentality of, we have to run the football better than we have. And, the last couple of weeks, Fernando's been exceptional. We've scored a lot of points. We've thrown the ball all over the yard. But, if we can put our run game together with the passing offense that we're putting together right now, I think it'd be safe to say we'd be pretty unstoppable on offense. So, we're going to continue to challenge those guys, continue to schematically do different things, and hopefully we can get some consistency going here to finish down the stretch.
And you've moved him around a little bit. Have you thought about doing it even more so, splitting him out perhaps and trying to get him opportunity in open space?
Yeah, we've done a lot of different things with him this season. So whether it's putting him in the flat, we threw we were in empty the first play of the game last week and threw him a screen. We had some perimeter runs last week where he got on the edge. So always looking for ways to incorporate him in the game plan and create explosive plays in the run game.
Is he showing any frustration over the fact that just the regular run part of his game is not unfolding the way he expects and you all expect?
Not at all. Not at all. Jaden has been selfless as anybody on the team this year. I think Jaden would be the first to say he's willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. And so, that's what I love about him. And that's what I love about our team right now is there's a lot of guys stepping up. And at the end of the day, the challenge has been, let's find a way to win. And so if that means throwing it around the yard for 400 yards and doing that, then that's how we're going to win games. And so I don't concern myself as much with how we're winning. I just care about winning.
But you still see hope that the run game is there and it'll come through for you guys?
Oh, yeah. You go back and watch the tape and it's one guy here, it's one guy there. And again, that's the consistency up front. I got to put something in perspective for you. Last season, we went 11 straight games with the same 5 guys up front, 11 straight. This season, we've had 6 different starting offensive lines. So there's your answer right there of the inconsistencies. And that's not an excuse. That's a fact. And so, we're going to continue to chop away at it. We feel confident in our schemes. When you turn on the tape and you look at what we're trying to do schematically, we have guys headed in the right direction, and we got to get some of the young guys making full speed decisions on game day a little bit better. But I have full confidence in our scheme. I have full confidence in our personnel, and we got to be more consistent.
Thanks, Mike.
Yep.
Steve Croner, SF Chronicle.
Yeah, Mike. Good morning. You actually answered most of the question I was going to ask, so I'll ask a different one. How much did having Grays and Merriweather back in the rotation help your offense, and how much better can your offense be the next 3 or 4 games with those guys in the mix?
Yeah, I think it's great. We feel very confident in that receiver room, a lot of guys that can make plays. And, when you think back to where we started this season and at the end of fall camp, those 2 guys really had kind of separated themselves as the starters. Now they haven't played the entire season, so that's allowed Isaiah Hunter and Jonathan Brady to really come into their own as players. And so now you really have 4 guys outside that you feel very, very confident in. No matter who's in the game, you don't have to personnel things as much. They can all make plays. And then it gives you a little bit more versatility in the slot, with Tron and Mikey and maybe Josiah helping us in there. So the more the merrier. I'm all for it. And I'm excited about it. Just even Tobias's first touchdown as a Cal Bear, just being down there inside the 5. He's so big and athletic. They tried to man him up one-on-one, and Fernando went right to him for an easy touchdown. So that sure makes life a little bit easier as the play caller.
Great, thank you.
Matt Moreno, Rivals.
If you remove kind of the lost yards for sacks, I think Fernando's second in rushing for the team right now. How important has it been to kind of have him being able to utilize his legs to move the chains and kind of keep the offense moving?
Yeah, that's great. For Fernando, not only has made plays in the schemed run game, but he had a huge third down conversion there on the first drive, getting out of a little twist game pressure up front and scrambling for a first down. I mean, that it kills the defense. And so for him, we've challenged him to do that. Obviously, we want him to protect himself. I thought he did a better job of that as well in the last game. But anytime you can run the quarterback, and especially in that end of game situation that we were in the other night, he had some huge runs there, and that just makes us even harder to defend offensively.
After that late run, he went down and immediately checked the sideline. Like, was I supposed to do that? What was kind of your preferred decision there from him?
Yeah, preferred decision was we were not in that mode yet. I wanted to score a touchdown. So, Fernando obviously is a very intelligent football player. He's thinking about situational football. We work a ton on situational football. In that moment, with them still having some timeouts, would have probably preferred for him to score. But we ended up getting it in there, and it ended up working out for us.
You mentioned the offensive line. Obviously, that was the first time I think you've had that entire group out there together at once. What was it like, and how'd you evaluate kind of the performance of that group overall?
Yeah, I didn't think we played well enough up front, especially in the run game. And again, I can sit here and say, hey, we're one guy away. One guy away is not good enough. I mean, if we don't block, if there's a free hitter in the hole, then we're not going to make yards. And so that's the challenge for those guys, is 5 guys doing it at the same time. And it's not an excuse that we're, changing guys out. Rush Reimer was unavailable on Saturday, so then Vatakani played left guard, and TJ Session was back, and we bumped him into right guard. So he made his first career start at right guard. So even an experienced guy, he was doing something in a game for the first time. And that's kind of where we're at. My job right now is I'm trying to put our best players on the field. And so putting our best players on the field obviously has created a little bit of inconsistencies with the starting lineup week to week. But I still think putting our best offensive linemen on the field together gives us the best chance to win.
We're going to talk to Mikey here in a little bit. He obviously had a productive game, scored a touchdown. What was the key to him having that performance?
Yeah, Mikey's just continued to come out every day and work. He's got great energy. He loves being in this building. He loves working. He loves practicing. I think anytime you have a guy like that, good things happen for guys like that. And I knew he was a little bit frustrated as the season's gone on of not quite getting in the zone as many times as he wanted to, but he's made big plays throughout the season. He's a guy that we're trying to get the ball to in critical situations. Had a big third down catch on a slant, and then playing with tempo down there in the red zone. I thought we did a good job of not letting them get set defensively, and we were able to pop him free for an easy one. So Mikey's been awesome. He's a joy to be around, and I'm glad we have him.
Thanks.
We'll circle back to Jeff.
Mike, I think Fernando completed passes to 11 different receivers on Friday night. Have you ever experienced that before? And how great is that for your offense, and how challenging is that for the opposition?
Yeah, I think the second part's the key, is we want to challenge people defensively. And I think we have the personnel to do that. And with what we're doing offensively right now, Fernando's able to go through progression. So if they're giving us an easy hitch route to the field, he's taking that. If they're giving us a slant to the boundary, he's taking that. So he's doing a really good job of seeing the field as he's, now getting towards the end of the season and seeing a lot of different looks. But week to week, there's so much carryover. Everybody plays cover 3, everybody plays man free. And so there's a lot of carryover week to week in what we've been able to do in the passing game. And I think you're just seeing his confidence in the passing game. He knows where he's going with the football pre-snap a lot of times before we even snap the football.